a gimbal that can track any subject you put in front of it for your smartphone using the stock camera app. This is wild. This is the HOHEM iSteady M7. Let's go. What's up, y'all? It's Tight Shirts here, Warford. I'm back for another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Remember to be thankful for your freaking life today, because you did not have to have that, even if it's freezing cold outside. This right here is the new HOHEM iSteady M7. As I told you in the intro, this is the successor to the amazing M6 that they launched last year. Now, full transparency, HOHEM did sponsor today's video. They also sent the gimbal over for me to test out and show y'all. But honestly, if you're in the market for a smartphone gimbal, this one kind of sells itself, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, a lot has changed with this gimbal since the M6. We're gonna go inside and I'm gonna tell you all about the hardware stuff first before I show you what it can do. All right, let's do a quick unboxing. Once you open it up, you'll see this really nice carrying case. And then once we open this carrying case, you see everything fits inside of here. So there's a really nice tripod in here. Gimbal comes fully assembled. Hold on, the screen comes off? What? Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. And then you get the box that has all the cables for charging and all of that good stuff. So overall, real nice presentation and real nice carrying case. Okay, let's go ahead and go on a visual tour of the new HOHEM iSteady M7. Okay, right here, let me go ahead and power this on using the power button on the side. We are greeted with now a 1.4-inch OLED touchscreen. So obviously this is what you use to navigate it, to go through it. But let me show you something. This actually comes off. So this is probably the most game-changing thing I've ever seen on a smartphone gimbal. All of your controls are right here, but now you can operate the gimbal remotely with it being off the gimbal. I'm gonna show you more on this later. When you're done with it, you just put it back into place. Now on this side, you see we have a USB-C port, a 1/4-20 mount with a locating pin. On the back of it, you have your trigger that you can use for a bunch of different things. On the left-hand side, you have your jog wheel with the button in the middle. I'm gonna show you what this does in 1 second. And your A and B buttons in case you wanted to set up like 2 points for like a hyperlapse or a motion time lapse or anything like that. I'm gonna hold this middle button down. And what this does is turn on the LED light. Okay, so the LED light is now 2 watts instead of 1 watt, so it's more powerful. It's CCT and RGB, and this is also the AI unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off because it's magnetic and show you this. So not only is the light brighter, but the AI sensor also has been bumped up. So now it's higher resolution, which means better tracking and subject detection of people and objects. It's magnetic, and when you're done with it, you just put it right back on here and it locks right back into place. Now, of course, you can flip this if you want to film in vertical or horizontal. Oh, stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. Okay, but you see it's the same as it was on the M6. That's all you got to do. Every axis now has a gimbal lock. So it's got 3 locks on there so that this thing is not flopping around in your bag anymore. There's also another 1/4-20 mount right there, and on this side you actually see that there's a USB port that you can use to charge other devices with the gimbal itself. The fact that this gimbal has a retractable selfie stick in it is crazy. Now some of y'all are gonna say, why do I need a smartphone gimbal when my smartphone already has amazing stabilization built into it? And I'm gonna partially agree, okay? Modern cell phones do have amazing stabilization, however, not under all circumstances. Example, when it gets dark outside, have you ever found that the stabilization in your phone looks trash? Well, that's because there's not enough light, there's not enough information for the phone for it to stabilize it properly. So a physical gimbal will always beat digital stabilization. The second thing, when you really want those cinematic shots, especially when you're doing like jib shots and tracking and all of that stuff, gimbals make it a lot easier. But there's one other thing, okay? Let's use something like the Osmo Pocket 3, which is a fantastic device. It's not connected to anything. That means I can't go on TikTok, I can't go on Instagram, I can't do anything like that and still get those tracking benefits that I can with using my phone. Well, because this iSteady M7 allows you to use any app on your phone and still do stabilization and track it, it makes it a much more appealing option for people who love to use TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff, and still want to track themselves at the same time. It's a fire solution. Y'all will have to excuse my messy studio. Okay, so there's two ways that you can start the advanced subject recognition and tracking using the M7. So I got a camera sitting here on the desk. It's in view of the phone and the AI unit. As we can see on our preview, this is a lot more difficult than it looks like because I'm trying to do everything and film it at the same time. So the first way that we can start to track it is simply by double tapping on the subject, and it should catch it. Yep, it's in green now, so that means that it's being tracked. And no matter what, no matter where I go, the phone is tracking my subject. All right, so super easy to do. If I want to cancel this, I just triple tap on the subject and it stops the tracking. As you see, the logo turned red, or AI symbol turned red. Now, there's another way that's gonna be a little bit more challenging for me to show y'all, because again, I'm trying to film everything at the same time. But if you draw a box around it, hold on, let me just draw a box around it. Okay. Hopefully that's a good box. Can y'all see it? All right, so it's in red, and I'm gonna press the button on the side. Hold on, the power button. And then I'm gonna press the button on the side to confirm it. Hold on. I had to draw a better box. And then we just press that button on the side to confirm it. And now it is tracking again. Again, keeping the subject perfectly centered and tracked. So this is actually fire for B-roll, because you don't have to worry about filming things and keeping it centered. You know, you can go up here, it keeps it centered, and it's stabilizing it at the same time. So I try to do my best to give y'all a good example, but I'm trying to hand hold it with this hand right here, track something to move with the gimbal in the other hand. You know, it's just a whole lot going on, but you can see how it works. It's super simple to use. And again, to cancel tracking, we just triple tap on the subject and you see tracking is canceled. All right, now a few things I want to go over, and the sun is playing games. I had to take the ND filter off because it was putting weird colors all over the phone screen. So excuse this part if the shutter is all cranked and all that other stuff. Anyways, a few things I want to show you. The first thing is typically with smartphone cameras, when you use the ultra wide camera, the rear motor on smartphone gimbals is in the shot. Well, Hohem thought about this with the M6 and they fixed it. I think it's worth mentioning on the M7 also. So if we quadruple click the trigger on the back, watch what happens. So the field of view, the orientation, the stabilization, everything is the same. However, it took that motor that was back here and it put it in the front so that it's no longer in view of the camera. Very clever. If we quadruple click it again, the motor will go back to the back. Hold on. Now this next thing I want to show you, I kind of told you about earlier in the video with how the screen comes off. Well, we about to take it off and get busy. So let me go ahead and pop this off. Now I'm gonna go to the rear of the iPhone. This screen is seeing exactly what the AI unit is seeing, which is the same thing that my phone is seeing. So again, we want to use the rear camera on our phone, right? Because we want the best quality. The problem is I can't see myself. Well, now I can. So if I draw a box around myself, confirm it by pressing the side button. I could have just double tapped on the subject. Also, look what's happening now. Now the phone is tracking me. Now, obviously I could have used the gestures also, but now I have full gimbal control right in my hand, as well as the screen giving me a preview of exactly what my phone is seeing. This is the craziest thing in the world, y'all. So like, I have full gimbal. Let me show you. Let me just bring it in your face real quick. Okay, can y'all see this? Can you see that? Full gimbal control right there. The phone is actually still following me. This is crazy. This is one of the most innovative things I've ever seen on a smartphone gimbal. Now you can also use gestures to start tracking and subject recognition. So it's real easy. If I wanted to start face tracking, all I do is give it the OK sign. And as you see, the green AI logo lit up on there, the green light up there on the AI unit, and now it is tracking me with no problem. Again, this works in any camera app that you use. It really doesn't even need the phone to do this. Now, if you want to go ahead and cancel subject recognition and tracking, then you just put a stop up there and it stops automatically. Now, you can also start and stop recording if you were using the Hohem Joy app by giving it the peace sign, but because we're only using the default camera app, that's why it's not working. So again, if we want to start subject recognition and tracking, peace sign, bam, there we go. If we want to stop it, hey, you go ahead and stop that. Tracking subject recognition is canceled. So easy. All right, let's do a little bit of tracking. And this is a testament to how durable the AI unit is, because, you know, in typical Terry fashion, I dropped it. But anyways, the M6 was already good at tracking. I expect this one to be no different. So right now I have the AI unit flipped towards me And you know, I'll probably be able to walk 30, 40 feet away from this thing. Way back here, I'm probably 15 feet away, probably 20 feet away now. Still tracking me with no problem. I'm probably about 30 feet away. It's still following me with no problem. It's cold out here, y'all. It's real cold out here. And it's pretty quick, so, oh, over here, I'm over here, no problem. So anyways, the tracking is amazing. And again, you can track whatever you want to. All right, now what good is a gimbal if it can't stabilize properly? So we're gonna do a quick stabilization test. I mean, all of these modern gimbals can stabilize, but two things I wanna point out real quick. First of all, I have an ND filter and everything mounted on here. Remember, this is now a 500 gram payload capacity, so it has no problem handling your ND filters and all that stuff you wanna put on here. You can still go into underslung mode and all that stuff real easy. It can handle all of the weight, no problems. The second thing is, remember, this AI unit is removable, so if it's in the way, if the phone is too tall, if you're not tracking anything, you can just pop it off. But let's go ahead and get into the stabilization. All right, I'm just casually walking. So this is what the M7 looks like. I'm not trying to hold it steady at all. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start jogging, and hopefully I don't slip. And this is what it looks like jogging. Again, not trying to hold the gimbal steady at all. Just a light jog, so you can see how well the stabilization is doing. And by the way, this is the internal audio from the iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, so I want to show y'all the Hohem Joy app. Now, before I show you the app, you'll probably wonder, like, how is this tracking and stuff possible without using Hohem's app? And again, that's because the AI stuff is all done with this little unit right here. It does everything, okay? Once you pop this back onto the gimbal, I have it in selfie mode now, it automatically syncs back up and it transmits all of that data from everything that's seeing and detecting to the gimbal. So it doesn't need any app to work. Now, the reason this is so good is because, you know, for example, with the iPhone 15 and 16 Pro, they can shoot an Apple ProRes log, or all of the other gimbals out there that do have some type of tracking, you have to use that manufacturer's specific app, which then doesn't allow you to use Apple Log anymore. Well, with this one, you can. However, let's go ahead and fire up the Hohem Joy app so I can show you how much more functionality is in there. First thing is first is it has all of your camera controls in there. So you can go through, you can, you know, change your settings and all of that stuff. All of that stuff is in there, but this is where it really gets good. So that means because this is the app that's actually made for these gimbals, right? Well, the app can talk to the gimbal, which means it can control things like zooming in and out and all that stuff. So let's demonstrate. Now, this wouldn't be possible in any of the other camera apps because this is the only one that's actually made for. So that also means because the Hohem Joy app and the gimbal are talking, I can now do things like drawing a box around my face on the screen. Tracking is started. Boom, here we go again. I can't do that with any other camera app but the Hohem Joy app. Now, because I have a zoom rocker on the front of it, this orange thing, I can now zoom in and out without touching the phone, right? So that's fire. I could actually start and stop recording without touching the phone because there's a record button right in the middle. Bam, it's not recording. I can stop it. And the other thing you can do, because this is a moving gimbal, you can set up motion time lapses. So the Hohem Joy app will allow you to unlock all the functionality of the gimbal while still giving you control over the camera, resolutions, all that stuff. I would say the only reason that you will probably want to use like the standard camera app on your phone will be if you want access to those features like Apple Log and stuff like that. Otherwise, just use the Joy app. It connects super fast, it's super easy to use, plus it gives you access to all of the gimbal's features. Okay, so it's freezing. I can't feel my hands. So that means it's time to wrap this video up. Honestly, I think if you're in the market for a smartphone gimbal, this new iSteady M7 from Hohem, probably top dog out there. There's so much technology, so many features, so many upgrades over the M6 and over the competitors out there. I think this is the one that you definitely got to look at. And I'm not just saying that because they sponsored this video. This gimbal really is fantastic. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. If you want to pick one up, there will be links in the pinned comment and the description for you to go ahead and grab one. Shout out to Hohem for sponsoring today's video, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one because I can't even feel my hands no more. Till next time, peace and chicken grease. I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.